to the Bar Cauldron, adventures young and old, where daring adventures and terrible jokes are told. Welcome back, everyone, to our next session of Lost in Dreadspace. So excited to jump in and get started this evening. I know it's been a while, but life sometimes has a funny way of kicking you in the butt, but we're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to jump in tonight's session with starting off with a brief recap. Would have been almost seamless had I remembered to copy and paste the pancake link. Last time on Lost in Dreadspace, as our party made their way to the Broken Gate, a hopeful safe haven, maybe a place for answers amongst this desolate wild space system they have found themselves in. Narrowly avoiding a confrontation with a large ship in the shape of a bat, thanks to a starlight apparition that the party had come in contact with, giving the crew a vision of what might be to come. Making their way to the Broken Gate, they arrive here in this would-be safe haven, finding strict enforced laws, as well as more riddles for lust to follow. As the party began to decipher what their next move was, where to go from here, a simple thought was all it took for the party to arrive what seems to be inside a 60-foot chamber, almost completely dark if it wasn't for the select glowing runes that adorn the top of this chamber. Ever so often you can see some dancing purple and blue lights that kind of just glow ever so decently every 3 seconds or so. And in this sort of what looks to be a high chair behind the desk, a large being sits at the table. So, which one of you wanted to do? And you see a book seems to almost open up on the table. Business. Compared to you guys are having to look up. The table probably sits 10 feet high. You guys can't really see this person's face, and so the chair reaches all the way up. And you see that their head is just almost barely not touching the ceiling. Mark.
I was going to say, I was trying to look into a means that we don't have to pay such a, I would say a small phenomenal fee, but it's actually quite a large phenomenal fee. It's like, I think Mark, didn't realize he had a third nut there that dropped. But get it? Robot nut. Anyway.
Right. So you expect me to waive the docking fee upon the Broken Gate?
No. We're just wondering if there happens to be maybe a, how would you call it, an exchange of services to waive or potentially lower said docking fee.
At the sound of a negotiation, you watch as the table kind of almost shrinks down to where you are now almost eye level now. This was giant, now almost the giantifies themselves almost in an instant, morphing into this blue-skinned humanoid. The desk now able for you to put your hands on and everything. It's this ledger that this humanoid has, and right where he just signed, you do not read giant, correct?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you do not know what it says, but it looks to be written in a language you do not know.
Okay.
And you see, he goes ahead and begins to write. There is a concern of mine that has come to my attention recently. Out beyond the edge of the Void Gate sits a glowing obelisk. It is in between three other lingering issues. I would intentionally do it myself, but it is beyond my reach to go beyond the Void Gate. But perhaps if someone was bold enough to procure this item for me, I could be talked into negotiating a new docking price.
What is it that you need to have done? You have to get something...
Beyond the Void Gate, there sits, floating between, almost at a nexus point, a strange floating obelisk, about the size of your ship, I presume. What I need for you is to bring it back to the broken gate. In exchange, docking fees can be discussed.
Well, what do you know of this obelisk? Do you know even anything of what it is? Where it's from? Its purpose?
What I have been able to learn in its short time at this point, it is a artifact long gone from a long destroyed world. It was once a holy relic that was beloved by the... Give me a second to look at my notes. Where did you go? The El Koth Empire. A empire of Thrycrin. And I will type that name of the empire in our chat. From my understanding, this is what is left of that destroyed homeworld. That is what I've been able to learn.
So it's just an obelisk is all that's left of this entire planet?
Yes. It radiates a similar signature. Looks over to Shaktha, to your friend. I believe it is the psionic connection.
Have I ever heard of Elkoff?
Go ahead and make a Go ahead and make a history check. It's not going to be a easily reached DC, but sure. Let's see what happens.
Now,
You're pretty sure that this is one like that's probably was lost to history because it's not one you recognize.
Right. Also, didn't realize I was muted earlier. I asked, could we all see the paper?
Yeah.
I can read giant.
Oh, you can read giant? Okay, so it
Yes.
reads, crew of the Voidflyer. So basically he wrote down the name of your ship as to knowing who he's doing business with.
Okay.
Almost performing, a contract of services. On the fly. That is what I've been able to learn. If you
is there like a? I was gonna say, is there a reference like on the map you can show us where this obelisk would be?
You see, he goes ahead and brings forth kind of like a minor illusion of a map, and he kind of it is. So you guys are currently right here.
Yep.
The obelisk is like right. We'll do a nice. We're gonna do a lime green circle. It is this space right there.
Oh, geez, way up there.
Yeah, beyond. He says beyond his reach.
This is considered beyond his reach. Oh, because his reach is the purple circle here.
Yep.
Interesting. What would be your plans with this obelisk? I just kind of like to know the type of person that we're going to be working with. Kind of like, why is this obelisk really, truly so important?
You have to understand. I come from a race similar, underneath similar circumstances as the Thrycrane. Our home world too destroyed. But I think that this artifact may hold a key of reproducing a species lost.
Why do I have like this whole Prometheus vibe out of this? Anyway, that's me metagaming.
That, at least for the time being, is as transparent as I can be. Now, undertake this, and I will be in a mood to negotiate the price of your docking for the time you are amongst the Void Gate.
Probably one question I have here, and I think I would be one last question that probably Chakra is already thinking about as well. You said that this obelisk is about the size of the Voidflyer.
Yes.
I really hope that it's kind of lightweight, because if it's the size of our ship, it's not like we can store it in our cargo bay. We're going to have
Undertake
to essentially, we'll
this.
have to essentially drag it, but if it's too bulky or if it's just too much mass, you see where we're getting at with this? That's probably our
That
biggest concern.
will not be an issue. Undertake the job, and you will have what is needed and required to achieve the obelisk.
Okay, that's a little discerning too. I mean, if we're going to be bringing on any other equipment and stuff, or any additional people, we definitely would like to know about that before we sign any documents or make an agreement. I mean, no offense, we just kind of
You,
got ourselves just out of a bad situation. We don't want to sign ourselves into a new one.
you see, he looks past you, almost like he's looking at something else. He kind of stands up, takes the ledger, and throws it right to where he's looking at. Not at you. At something else. Ah, you damn things will never leave me alone, will you? And you can see just his eyes almost twisted this purple. You see the table like levitates as he's ready to toss it too. Then he stops for a second. Kind of sets it down. Right. Where were we?
Can I look around?
There was
See
nothing
if I
there.
can
There was nothing there.
Okay.
Right, you... Aboard, I will provide a capsule that will be able to reduce the size of the obelisk for the time that it will take for you to get back. Is that all right
It's like
with you?
10 days, like 10 days to get there. And 10
Perhaps.
days to get back. Well, I'm also just thinking it's like we're going to want to make sure we get some supplies, at least foodstuffs for the voyage there and back. If he can include that as well, with any utilities and stuff like that, and of course it's like we all have to kind of agree on this. I mean, I'm just a backup pilot slash cook slash medic. I'm just a peon. I'm not the captain, nor the pilot.
I will provide sustenance for the 11 of you. I know
I don't know if
that
there's any.
so
I'm
you
not
do
sure.
not
I'm gonna.
need to eat, but at least you'll have the food.
Yeah, I'll look over to Chatka at this point. It's like I guess the rest is up to you. Where else do you want to kind of, if you have any other questions or ultimately take the job? I was just looking to try to set up a meeting to discuss.
Well,
So,
this
yeah.
thing seems pretty powerful. What's stopping other people from going to get it?
That area, not only is it on the edge of what is known as the Grand Sarasota, it is also the feeding ground of a dangerous, spell-jamming ship that needs no captain. The Bat Ship. So it is very likely you may come across it on your travels. The Grand Sarasota itself is an area that can disrupt the necessary connection between Spelljammer and Helm.
I was going to say, I'm going to probably whisper over to Demakra, because it'd probably be very important for you, since you're the primary pilot. You might want to add in a request for as complete of maps as possible of that area. Just so we know where to go and where to hide, and
I'll acknowledge that. I'll acknowledge that telepathically. If we agree, then yeah. I'll wait for that agreement first, though.
Absolutely. Anything that we can gain more knowledge, let's say, of exactly where we're at. And didn't we have like a bunch of other maps and stuff like that we were trying to get interpreted or something?
I thought we just had the one sphere that I was still working on, like translating or.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, you still have that one. But that's it.
Gotcha. Yeah, anything we can do to add to our database of maps and knowledge.
Unfortunately, no map exists, as it is beyond my reach.
Well, how about everything up to that extent of your reach?
Is there a place we could hide at the edge of what you can reach? If we needed to run somewhere?
And he looks over to Lust. And he goes ahead and calls her by her full name. How the mighty have fallen. Did you not have a safe haven here once? What did you call it? Craven's Keep? And you see, that name seems to almost, make hairs stand on the back of her neck. But that's right. You don't know where it is anymore. Oh, how the tables have turned on you. You spent so many years collecting memories, trying to form an identity for yourself, not having to latch on to others. And it almost is now almost echoing, and you can now see briefly there's a moment that you guys are on a desert planet, and you could see this man kind of reaching across a battlefield, almost laying there prone. There's many wounds across his body. You see he's reaching out to something, and you can see an oozy purple hand reaching out to him. And you could hear Lust screaming, "Out!" And it stops
Question.
for a moment. Sorry.
Okay.
Didn't mean to trigger that memory. You can answer your question.
I was gonna say, is Saphis with me? Because what I wanted to do was have him bark or roar or whatever he does and try to disrupt that. If it was causing Lust distress.
Saphis would not be with you.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
But as soon as she screams, you see he takes that as his cue to dial it down. But yes, we can come to an agreement. I will provide whatever necessary maps of my territory you need. And the boundary is there. That is all that I can provide. They will be installed onto your helm.
Yeah, I got one more request. I bet you stop messing with our friends. I'm showing my teeth.
Cute. Anyway, Voidflyer crew. I, Abador Promeat. And you see the book that was in the corner now flies to his hand. And he sets it down and gives you an ink and quill. Do you accept these terms? If you bring back this artifact to the Broken Gate into my possession, the necessary discussions of docking fee will be negotiated. And I will do what I can to control my outbursts.
Let's see what the rest of the party does, and then I'm gonna have a question.
Okay.
Any objections?
Chakra, telepathically to you, I'll say, I object to him. But not to the terms, technically.
Right. I'll go up and kind of skim over what it says on there.
Basically, you guys bring back the Thrycreen artifact to the Broken Gate. As you enter the Broken Gate, you will be met back by Abador Promeat, and on the retrieval of the Thrycreen artifact in his possession, the necessary discussion of docking fees will be discussed.
It's not even a promise that it'll be lowered, it's just, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'll sign it.
He goes ahead and signs right underneath your name, closes the book, and you see he kind of just waves his hands. And the moment that he does that, you guys are back right where you guys were standing. Like you guys never left. And you can now see, out in the distance, almost about 200 feet away, what looks to be like a large fortress on the back of this, what looks to be like 3 tentacled starfish. And you can see behind almost this like milky portal open. And then swallows the fortress up and then dissipates.
Can I have done something as Chakra was signing that?
Sure.
So, this is shenanigans.
All right,
So I
what's
want
up?
to ask your opinion as a DM first.
Okay, what's
So
up?
looking at Hunter's Mark. It says you choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry. Doesn't say anything that the target knows that it has been marked, and the component is only verbal. So if I were to try to mask the casting of said spell, I try to do it in such a way that Abador wouldn't notice.
Tell you what. I'll let you try a stealth check to see if, like, how low you can get your voice to, like, whisper the necessary word.
Okay, well, what I would want to do is, like, say something along the lines of, I will mark your words, hold you to your promise, and try to hide it in what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'll still make that stealth check if you want.
Yes.
I'm pretty good at that. Tick me off. 22.
22. Okay.
I'll mark your words on that promise, Abador. I'm gonna Hunter's mark him.
He replies in Draconic, see you soon, hatchling.
Telepathically, bring it.
And you guys are back like you guys never left. Almost like this entire conversation happened right here on... So Cephas is right there, just kind of looking at you like... Looks like he was like drooling on your hand, like trying to like get your attention, like, hey, like, what are you doing?
Mom!
Yeah.
Quick question on the agreement. Was it that was the discussion was that the discussion for docking fees will be once he has possession of the obelisk?
Yep.
Once we arrive back with the obelisk.
Once the obelisk is in his possession, the necessary discussions of the docking fees will be discussed. He made sure to word it that way.
Okay.
As
I just wanted to make sure I understand what the wording.
Yeah.
The wording was.
Yep. Basically, bring it to me. Let me hold it. Then we'll talk.
Is there an actual time frame that we were bound by in this contract to bring it back?
No, there is no. There was no time frame. No time frame given.
Excellent. Okay, so that's a variable that we can play with.
Lust still with us?
She is, and you can see she is like. She does not like that somebody else has been in her head.
This might be a bad idea right this second. I'm going to telepathically reach out to Lust. Hey, are you alright?
And you just hear her say, I'm fine. I will go wherever you need to go. But I make this promise to you now. When I am strong enough again, he will be the first one I eat.
Hey, you better save some fighting for me. 'Cause I'm gonna be right there with you.
And
wanna talk? I'm here.
She kind of just takes that in and kind of just cools herself off. You guys are left to your devices. The discussion, the necessary meeting had been had. As you guys never left.
I'm scripting Saphis behind the ears a little bit more forcefully than usual.
So how much time do we have left here before we have to be concerned with paying more fees?
You guys have probably 18 more hours before it starts accumulating.
Since I don't really have to worry about sleeping and eating per se.
All right. What kind of Warforged bullshit are you about to pull?
Oh no, I'm not doing any bullshit or anything.
Okay.
I'm hoping to find, how would you put it, like a library or an academia type resource. Basically, I think we need to figure out more about this Elkoth Empire, a little bit more, and more about from its like what was its downfall? Was there like some type of a war and whatnot? And maybe if I'm lucky, maybe stumble across something either relating to lust and what we saw, that desert type planet, or even something that falls in line with some of the bits and pieces that's been brought up about my past.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Because I'm assuming I didn't recognize any of the visions that we were able to see, nor the place names that were mentioned.
no,
I
not that you could off the cusp. No.
okay. I kind of assumed that.
Does the map that we have give, like, even vague descriptions of the planets?
Which ones? The 6 that are also in this system?
One's near the edge. What I want to do is like look if there's any reference at all to a Craven's Keep, or if there's a description of a planet in that kind of edge area that would fit that description of what we saw.
Okay, so I am warning the players and those that are going to be watching that this is my first attempt at a wild space system map. So if it looks like a 3rd grader did it, I fell asleep in art class. That's what we're going to say.
Well, the $1 million question is: did you make it in finger paints?
No, I did.
Okay.
I did this. No.
Were any crayons consumed in the making of this map?
I definitely thought about eating crayons when I made this map.
Oh my god!
I was definitely thinking about it. Oh,
I'm such an ass. I'm an asshole. So
hey, but you know what? I took it on the chin though. I was like,
there you go, man.
No, but I definitely thought about it.
No crayons were consumed in the making of this map. Okay, there we go.
Hold on. Let me make sure. I gotta save image.
You gotta check to see if you ate crayons. That doesn't help your cause, man. I'm trying to give you an out. I'm trying to give you an out, and you're just like, no. I'll take a second shovel, please.
Yeah,
please.
What
yes.
raise hand?
Dude, okay.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Dude.
More dirt for my grave. Please, sir.
All last week, all I was doing in Pigeon Forge was freaking shoveling gravel because of dumb contractor bullshit that should have been done with. Anyway, sorry.
I was gonna say there's no heavy metals in the Appalachian Mountains, by the way.
Alright, so
I don't know what your excuse is.
Alright.
It's not like it's like uranium or thorium, or I mean, you don't have to worry about that.
Alright, so this is the map of the Gen Jetoric system. This is the area that is closer to where you guys are at. And this represents those other planets. So, and I do have
planets.
There are technically there are 6 planets. This is a bright yellow star.
Okay.
And this area over here is the Broken Gate.
I was gonna say this is where we are.
Yeah, this is the Broken Gate.
So okay, and then these other things here are the planets, right?
Yes, those are the other worlds that are nearby. Okay, they do have descriptions as to what people have been able to see and tell from just quick reports. The first planet right here, if somebody wants to put 1 right there for me. I forgot to do that. This one is known as Igni. It is the closest to the sun. This planet is a hot mass of molten lava with a few solid islands that float amid the scorching surface. That is the first planet.
Igni?
Igni.
Igni.
Igni, I-G-N-I. Named after our favorite fire giant from Theros.
Just little Igni, and it's ran by a bunch of Imperials.
The second planet, it's gonna be this one right here, is Mine Orth. Is a solid planet within impressive rock and mineral formations. Many believe This place is the home of untold mineral riches. Wow, I can't talk. The third planet is Natur, a vast ocean of a strange liquid substance, filled with constant tempest and rain. It is might hold many subterranean secrets.
Which one is that?
That is Natur. So you have Boom. No, so this should be. I'm sorry, Minor should be this one. Then this
That's
should be,
2.
Yeah, this should be 3. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Too late. We already numbered it.
Yeah, we already numbered it. Oh well. Boo-hoo.
I'll get rid of it.
The fourth planet is known as Closben, a gas giant that revolves in a constant turbulation of 1,000 hurricanes.
What's the name again?
It is known as Closben. Closbin. And I'll give you these names after I read them off.
Sorry, and could you point out which one that was again? Sorry.
This white.
I'm labeling planets on the map and writing them down at the same time.
Yeah, I know. The fifth planet is known as Argea. It is composed of a strange material which seems to reflect all light it receives. Many spacefarers mistake this planet for a small star due to its strange, unnatural brilliance. And the final one is the sixth planet, known as Umbroth, and it's cold, dark, and desolate. An atmosphere of constant black clouds blocks any life from entering this planet, and no one knows what the surface of the planet looks like. That is what is known
Sounds like pitch black.
about those planets. Now, there is a reference to a Craven's Keep. It is a unknown haven for any spacefarers that need a place beyond dread.
Beyond Dreadspace?
That's at least the way that the it's looks like a transmission of some kind that was brought out, but someone discarded it as like space trash, like space propaganda.
Gotcha.
Alright. Just making sure I understand that. So the Craven's Keep in this particular reference is not even in Dreadspace.
It is, at least the way it's worded. It's
Yeah.
You probably think it's more of a what's the word?
That's probably not exactly what it means, but that's the gist of whoever wrote this report.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought you meant, but I was just making sure. Thank you.
Yeah, alright, so this is the first, first planet, Igni, very simple. Mine Orth is it, capital M-I-N-E, Orth, O-R-T-H, like Mine Orth, but like...
I got it right.
Yeah. Natur is N-A-U-T-A-R.
Okay.
Closben is, or Closben, C-L-O-S-B-I-N. Argea is R-A-G-E-A. And Umbroth is U-M-B-R-A-T-H.
Oh, I was one letter off.
And this is supposed to be a bright yellow star. Mark, you're wanting to try to find some sort of library?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, some type of place of academia where there might be hopefully references, books, whatever.
You get a lot of good luck. Go F yourself. Why don't I scrap you for parts? Sorry, we burned all the books. And go ask the Inquisitor if you want to know information. Mostly rude comments. But
Are there
the only positive thing you learned was go ask the Inquisitor.
Isn't that who we just talked to?
Yes. Well, no, the Inquisitor was the guy that, the Mind Flayer that, Lust came to the Broken Gate to come and talk to, originally.
Okay. Alright. I will... Why not?
Alright.
I'll go and try to talk to him.
You go back and talk with him.
Sure.
Right, do something you want there, Metal Man?
I'm seeking information. And out of the rest of your populace, you were the one that they referred to. I should come to you if I have any questions.
Ah, yes. Well, first thing you need to know about being here in the Broken Gate. They are all just scavengers just trying to get by.
Understood.
So,
You could
knowledge.
almost say that we are kind of the same, but I believe with just even one answer, you have learned much more than those that you are competing against. Knowledge is power, and knowledge you can use for resource. Especially for someone like me that does not require some of the other necessities that the biologicals require.
Yes. It is difficult to retrieve memories from one of your make, but still possible.
Well, I'm not necessarily looking for my own memories.
You're looking for other memories that belong to others.
Well, I guess you could say memories. I'm just wanting to know what others may have known in the past. Whether that's you, whether that's me, whether that's some schmuck on the street. It doesn't... I don't care where it came from. I'm just trying to seek some more understanding of where we're at and potentially of where we're going. You know, I've heard references today of Craven's Keep, places that are outside of Dreadspace, the Alkoth Empire, possible references of my past. Again, I'm just trying to seek answers. And I was told that you possibly could have some.
As a word of advice and a kindness to you, I've already given Lust her information. The so-called location for Craven's Keep. That was all I could muster and find.
Okay.
A part of a song, a broadcast that would be sent out through Dreadspace. It has stopped in some years, but it was a transmission that a provider has given me for other information.
Oh.
But the other two things that you ask of about yourself and where you are and the Elkoth Empire. Every answer I require a memory, or if you have gold, I will do gold as well. Docking fees are a problem here.
Well, how about this? I mean, I don't remember anything from my prior activation. How about this? I'm assuming when you require a memory, you are going to then keep it for yourself. It's not like I will be able to retain it afterwards, correct?
That is typically how it is done. But, with it being your first time, I will allow you to keep it. I can duplicate.
Oh, really?
I can duplicate the memory if I need to.
Well, I will gladly. I could gladly accept that for the first time.
But the second
I mean,
answer,
if you
require
if you
something.
if you can, yeah, I mean, it's like if you can actually acquire a memory from my previous activation, I say that would be great, especially if we can share it. I will. I mean, I don't know what it is. It could be something that is beneficial to you. It could be something that's horribly detrimental to me. I only would love to know if it's one or the other. But in exchange for that, what would you know of the Elkoth Empire and its apparent demise?
There are secrets that float through Dreadspace. Most of these places have been either ravaged or affected by the Second Unhuman War. There is said, somewhere within this space of desolate nothing, sits a weapon capable of destroying worlds.
Destroying worlds?
He nods. And the Elkoth Empire was its first test.
Elkoth Empire was its first test?
Nods.
What was that? Was that a yes or?
Yeah, he nodded. Basically telling you, yeah.
I'm not asking to an exchange of memory for my next question here. But I'm just generally curious. Who was at the Broken Gate first? You, or I forgot who the person is that we saw.
Oh,
What's his
Abador?
name? Abador, yeah.
You see, he writes down, he doesn't even speak his name, he writes down his name. He underlines it. He has been here longer than most within the Void Gate.
But was he here before you?
Yes, he was.
Did he bring you here then? to work for him, or
Oh no, I do not work for. I do not work for him. I work for myself. I have to pay the docking fees like everyone else. So, provide my services how I
okay?
thought would benefit me.
Well, then I definitely have a memory that I am willing to share. However, you could say I'm contractually obligated at this moment to where I'm going to need to keep that memory. However, I am willing to forfeit it once that contract is complete, or if I die in the process. Either way, you will still have my memory. I just cannot have it removed from my brain or my storage until after I complete this contract. That, and I believe this memory might be of great interest to you personally as well as your collection. Do you understand what I mean by that?
You see, he taking the time to think.
I mean, I'm not giving him an actual offer yet. I'm just trying to make sure he understands
Yeah, he nods.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I basically am telling him, it's like, yes, as a man of business and barter and negotiation, this information in my head is going to be incredibly valuable to you. The only thing is, I will gladly share it with you, but I need to keep it until after this contract that I'm working on is completed. And you will understand why once you see said memory. But with that, I need to know a definitive answer on something between you and me.
All right.
My question will be posed after you look at this memory without wiping it. I want you to see this memory first.
All right. I understand.
As you can tell, everything is in your favor on this.
Of course.
Do we have a deal? After you look at it,
Yes.
I can ask you a question,
You may.
and you cannot remove it from me.
Yes.
I am going to share him my memory of our interaction with Aberforth. And
Okay.
what he wants us to retrieve in terms of this probably weapon of mass destruction, destroyer of worlds. And he wants us to bring it back here.
Okay.
So I will share that with this Inquisitor.
Okay. So it's a really weird sensation. He kind of grips your face a little bit, and you see his tentacles kind of like caress your face, and then they kind of just like lightly go right underneath the metal,
Sure.
just enough to touch, and you can see his eyes kind of light up the same kind of glow that yours does, almost sharing psychic link as he replays and looks at this memory. As the memory ends, he goes ahead and the tentacles like slide underneath, almost like seamlessly. There's not really any any parts of your face that are like leaking out now because of that.
Sure.
Your question.
Can I do a quick perception check on like his response? Is it how did he respond to the memory? Was it like, oh my god? Is it more like, yep, sounds like him? Or, you know what I mean? Trying to get like a vibe. As he was...
This would be more insight.
Okay. I mean, I can try. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not my best thing.
Yeah, it would be more insight to see what.
Yeah, a total of 12?
12?
Yeah.
He's definitely interested in the memory, but you're not entirely sure, like, if it's like, oh, this is dangerous interested, or like, okay, this is interesting.
So my question for you is, where do your loyalties... Is it with Abador, or the gate, lust? Who do your loyalties lie with?
And then
with yourself.
Me, myself, and I. I will do what I think is best for me.
And since we are talking about what as you could probably interpret, what I believe to be, should I, as a living being like you, at this location, in this stretch of the galaxy, should we be concerned with the intent of Abador? I'm asking you as a businessman to a businessman.
I wish I had an answer.
You've been here long enough, or definitely longer than us, and we kind of would have to assume that you probably know Abador more than anybody else here at the gate.
Not to that extent. His motives are his own. If it benefits him, he is a mercane after all. As long as there's business in it, and as long as the broken gate serves his business, he will keep it safe.
Wait a minute, he's a what?
A mercane. They are a race of giants, mostly merchants. But they're all but extinct.
Where were the mercane from originally?
Their homeworld is, from my understanding, lost to history.
Could it potentially have been part of the Alkoth Empire?
It is possible. The Alkoth Empire was a more predatory time in the Thracian history. They would go from world to world, build their hives, and then move on to the next. It was not until one ruler decided that it was time to stop. His name was lost as well, but it is said that he recorded all the history of the Thracian, the culture, its people, into a device of some kind. I believe that is what this artifact that the Abador is looking to retrieve is.
Do you think we have to be worried that this obelisk is the weapon of mass destruction that probably destroyed the Empire? Because, I mean, I'll be honest, that was my knee-jerk reaction.
I'm not. I am unsure. There is.
And as a merchant, and
still-
and it's like, as a merchant of the Broken Gate, and probably reaching out throughout this section of Dread, I figure it would probably behoove you to know who could be potentially holding on to this weapon. And if you feel that we should potentially change this contract or just not follow it, would it be?
I would.
Because again, you've been here, you know Abador more than we do.
I first would suggest you limit how much you mention his name. I'm sure you've learned that a mere mention.
He has the appearance of being all knowledgeable, all powerful, all seeing. Yes, I understand that.
With that being said, I do not think the person we are discussing has any ill will, but as someone who has seen memories of innocent things, innocent transactions, I have seen some of those outcomes. I would be ready to think on your feet if the need
Fair enough.
arises.
That makes sense. And honestly, you have helped us greatly with what you have shared.
It is.
And I hope that after this adventure we are going to have, that we get to see again, and I can personally hand over that memory to you, permanent.
Oh, no worries. I always find a way to retrieve what is rightfully mine in the end.
Well, we have been close to being next to disintegrated, so
Oh,
I will try
Okay.
to make sure I provide myself bodily
trust me. I
for the
have my
retrieval,
ways.
for the permanent retrieval of my memory. That I will promise.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see you return. Enjoy yourself. And
I shall. Thank you.
hope
I don't have
you-
anything else to really do on the.
Hope
in
you
the gate,
have
though.
luck in finding this so-called Craven's Keep.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully, Lus will maybe remember more as we, go deeper into Dreadspace.
Good luck. He closes the
I-
door.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break. I did not realize that all the tea I was drinking was going to rush right through me. So I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
So I'm saying it 3 times now.
Yeah.
Every time we say it,
Love it.
I'm like, I'm not showing any fear towards this guy. It's like, really? Really?
All right.
Well, I am afraid of this
Kill him
guy.
too.
Trust me, I am afraid of this guy. But probably for other reasons than he's just gonna like come out of the sky and drop a lightning bolt on me. That's the other game.
Oh. Anyway.
But
So you got nothing else here at the Broken Gate that you want to accomplish, Mark?
not that I can think of.
Right.
I mean, I have like 30 gold that I could potentially play with. I don't know if that's enough to put out like a feeler to anybody. Like, hey, any information is information, and I'll pay for it. I got 30 gold.
Not anything that you don't already know.
Yeah, I figured that's not going to really matter.
Oh, at least here.
It seems like the information is being controlled by Abador.
Yeah. Anyway, Chopsa,
Anyway.
Anything you want to try to accomplish?
Nothing's like that's for specifically being here.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. DeMarco, anything else for here?
Mark, did you share what specific race Abador is?
Yeah, I'll definitely share that with everybody. That he's mercane and
Okay.
I will also let everybody else know that there is no real direct connection between the Inquisitor guy and Abador.
Okay.
And they both seem to be islands unto themselves.
Okay.
But even the Inquisitor said that play carefully and think on your feet.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to kind of, for those in our party that aren't aware of like the general society of like how demons work and how I probably kind of feel this might be something with the way he was quick to write down and try to quickly get a signature put on paper. That seems very much like what a demon would do. So we have to play within the lines of what was being defined and what wasn't defined. So
yeah,
I'm going to kind of leave that out there too for everybody.
Is he a demon or is he a devil?
Well, there's probably the difference. Oh, yeah, actually, I would say a devil. Yeah, because devils are the ones that are all about bargains. But yeah, he kind of have like a devil vibe.
Yeah.
And basically, the Inquisitor kind of confirmed that type of thought process. So we need to play within in what we have defined and not defined in this contract.
Yeah.
So yes, we're not going to have any leverage with this guy until he has this thing in his possession. However, nowhere in there does it say we have to give him possession of it within X amount of time, if ever. That's not defined. I mean, yeah, we'll probably make an enemy out of him, but he already seems kind of like a douchebag, and I don't know how much we want to be friends with like Abadoosh. That's his new nickname.
Abadoosh, okay. I love it.
That's his nickname. That's his nickname. I have a nickname for him.
I love it.
You know, every game I gotta have one person I can just make a total insulting name over. Theros, it's the main guy at the cathedral, and here it's now Abadoosh.
Oh,
and I'm on board with this one. Okay, so since you shared that information, I want to ask Toktha if there's any books on the ship. I know this is a long shot, about learning Giant. Anything at all about learning that language? Starting to try to learn my enemy.
Ooh, okay.
I'd probably not.
I didn't think so, but
hey, know what? You at least asked.
Unless some of the wood we have has giant scribble on it or something, then no, I don't think so.
okay.
Well,
So generally just trying to figure out how I'm going to pursue researching the Mercane giants in general, maybe start trying to pick up a little bit of that language.
okay, interesting. I will keep that in mind.
I'm also going to make a note of that.
Anything for you, Rez?
I think Riz doesn't really have anything he needs to do in the city.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say, since I speak giant, I could do maybe try teaching thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. If you want to try to do that, that's something we could do. We could do a roll every day as you guys are doing downtime. For that, because you guys got some time to kill. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna be traveling through the darkness of space.
All right.
Love it.
Where are you guys headed off to then? With your ship, nothing to do here. Where are you guys headed?
I think we really only have one place to go, right?
You have that,
Yeah.
and you have a riddle, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's not like we have an unlimited amount of food, right? I guess we have Goodberry, right? You have that?
Yeah, I can keep casting that every day.
Okay.
We won't,
So we do have
we won't
unlimited food.
die.
We do have unlimited food.
It won't be
Okay.
great,
Abadoo
but
said
we
he was
won't
gonna-
die.
I was gonna say Abadoosh did say he was gonna provide us with basic foodstuffs.
He did.
Yeah.
He basically gave you so you take a look. He gave you enough food, for your crew for the trip to the beacon's last location and back.
So 20 days?
Yep. As well as what looks to be a little. It almost looks like a basketball-sized cube with a sigil on it, and you can tell that this is the device used to store the obelisk when you reach there.
How big is this device?
This device is about a basketball size.
And it's supposed to store something the size of our ship.
Yep.
I am going to be, totally artificing the hell out of this thing to figure out exactly what it does.
Okay.
Because, I'll be honest. I'll even be checking the food before I serve it to anybody in the crew, just to make sure it's not poisoned.
There is nothing wrong with food.
Well, it's like considering how he was so quick to try to set up a deal for something like this, being very vague over what the item was, how he treated lust, and how he took pleasure over it, and his little wackadoodle moment, throwing the book.
I knew you were gonna say something about the.
Oh yeah.
Spout.
Yeah, it's like the guy's a nut job and probably psychotic, as well as maybe soon to be, homicidal. So, yeah, I don't trust a damn thing from this guy.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like he could give me like an honest to God gold bar. I'm going to be trying to take a bite in it to make sure it's not like, gold painted turd, because I wouldn't put it past the guy. This is Abadoosh.
Okay. Oh god. Alright, so there is nothing wrong with the food. And for this device, go ahead and make me a intelligence check if you would.
I assist.
Sure.
I assist.
So that's advantage, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't trust this guy either.
Intelligence, I got a 22.
22.
22. Not bad.
You're not exactly sure how, but from what you can tell, the device makes almost a sort of portal that will downsize whatever enters it and then stores it inside this. So it reduces the size of something to where it can be stored inside this cube.
Is it almost like a bag of holding or a portable hole or something like that?
Yes, it works very similar. You don't know how to activate it per se. Didn't roll high enough, but you basically know its basic function.
So it's like I don't necessarily know how it works, but it seems to have the same basic function as those, right?
Yes.
Interesting. All right. I do have a plan. Not a very good plan, but I do have a plan. I'm going to share this information with the rest of the crew. And this is going to probably be for you, Chakta. I am going to show you what I built in my arm and explain to you what I have there. And I'm assuming I'm at least decent enough with intelligence and artificing. I would know what would happen if you put a bag of holding in a bag of holding, or a portable hole in a bag of holding. I'm assuming that's kind of like Magic User 101. They teach you, it's like, it's like crossing the streams is bad.
It's one of those things you don't do. I would say somebody probably did tell you never to do that.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, if Aberdouche becomes Aberdouche, that is an option. Like I said, it's not a good option. I will not be a happy camper afterwards. Let's put it that way. I mean, I won't be anything except for probably cosmic dust, along with the rest of the gate. Yeah, because there's big booms, and then there are big booms. Like, you can have a bad day, or you can have a really, really bad day. This would be the really, really bad day scenario. But it is an option. Yes, no. Everybody?
I'd say we save that for Plan Z.
Oh,
Yeah.
Please. I mean, I kind of like living, but it is an option. It is always an option, and it's a very viable option and potential bargaining chip, if needs be.
All right.
Because I'm assuming everybody in the crew here now thinks that Abadouche is living up to its nickname.
So far, the crew, from what they've learned, yes.
Okay.
Never mind those of us who are starting personal vendettas.
Well, mine's not necessarily a vendetta. I just don't trust the bastard, that's all.
All right. Where are you guys headed off to?
Yeah, so we're just
Do we
going to
wanna-
the obelisk, right?
I'm guessing,
I guess
yeah.
so. We're taking a rest before we go, or are we just leaving?
Well, we got 10 days to get to the obelisk.
Yes.
I mean, do we need to rest before we do that, or
That's
we're
why
going to
I'm
have
asking.
10 days? We have 10 days of resting, unless something exciting happens. It's like we're going to just be flying to an obelisk for a week, or until something exciting happens.
Okay.
I mean, we can. I mean, we have, because you were saying we had like about 18 hours. I'm assuming maybe 16 at this point.
Yeah, you've probably got 16
But-
hours left here. That
Yeah.
just depends on what you guys. If you guys want to start the journey early, or if you guys want to take whatever time here, then it's before the 24 hours you guys could start your journey. It just depends on what you guys want to do.
I mean, we might as well sleep here where it's safe because
Yeah.
it's 24 hours. Doesn't matter if we leave at the 23rd hour or the 18th hour. Once we leave, the next time we come back, it's
We
50
gotta
gold
pay.
a day.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
It gets
So we
fucking-
might as well
Yeah.
milk the time that we have.
Yeah, I know. And who knows? Anything can happen the next few hours. Anything can
A
change.
black hole could open up in the middle of this and we're all dead. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I might
Control the things we can
accidentally, I might accidentally like sleep tinker. You have people who sleepwalk, sleep eat. I can sleep tinker and maybe blow ourselves up ahead of time trying to practice out that portable hole in a portable hole
You
thing.
gotta make sure it works before
Exactly.
you
I
use it
didn't
in the
need to
field.
know that.
Don't worry. It'll only hurt for a second, and
Too
and
late,
you-
I'm worried.
and then you cease to be. So
Oh,
everything's
yeah.
fine. Everything's fine until the artificer says, "Oops."
Yeah. yeah. Yeah, because then because then after that you're dead. So I mean,
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Usually, first you say it, then you do it.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are going to spend whatever time here and get in a long rest.
Sure.
I would like to talk to Happy Smoke.
Okay, you may do that. You can see you got they are in that little. I'll bring us back to the Voidflyer map because I assume that's where you guys are going to be. Most people sleep in their ships that still have their ships, so they're kind of. He's just kind of hanging out in this little hangout area.
All right. I'll walk up to him. Is there anyone else around?
Currently at the moment, no. It's just, you see he's kind of sitting there, like, strumming on, his lute, kind of like tuning it. Right, Captain, there's something you need?
So, you're the one who wrote the book about my father, right?
Yeah. It didn't sell really as great as I thought it was going to, but, I mean, I make a decent, probably should have, I probably should have wrote that down, like every book, I get profits off of, because I only got like 50 gold for like a couple copies. But yeah.
I was thinking, why not write one about us? While we're going through Dreadspace.
Actually, not a terrible idea. Oh my god, that! And you see, he goes ahead and he's just so excited now. You see one of the strings like breaks. He's like, "I'll do it after I fix my loot."
Right. If you need any paper or ink or anything, let me know and we'll get it while we're here.
Okay, yeah. I think I should still have plenty from what I had before everything went to shit. But yeah, if I need anything, I'll let you know.
Alright. I'll let you get back to it.
Oh, right. For those that do not need to sleep, how are you spending your long rest?
Well, I'm obviously spending the rest of the day like trying to figure out that device, and I'm
Okay.
assuming that's over that period of time is when you all this other conclusions and
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah. Chalk anything for you?
I guess I'll help Mark.
Okay.
There you go.
With that, you do learn how it works now, because what is needed is a passphrase written in Giant. Which, since Shockley, you know Giant, you're able to look like, oh, it takes a passphrase.
All right, glad I have that language.
Yeah, who would have thought that would have come in handy?
I was going to say, I'm curious what the passphrase is.
The passphrase,
Well, I have an idea.
is
If it is, I'm going to laugh.
it's currently encoded with the passphrase, seal open.
Okay, that's better than what I thought he was going to probably put on it.
As
Is basically.
for those that sleep, we're going to start off with Rez. Rez, you are currently sitting in your basin on the ship. And for a moment you're just floating. And then suddenly you are almost instantly tossed down on the ground on this like red dirt surface, almost like instantly, like you just fell like 60 feet, and suddenly you could hear the sounds of fighting around you. You look up and you can currently see what looks to be nautiloids and night spider ships shooting back and forth at each other. You can see mind flayers and these Myogis battling back and forth. And you see this mind flayer tosses a sword over in your direction. You instantly catch it. Well, just stand there! Attack the damn thing! And you see this large spider creature just comes over to you, and it just begins to hiss at you. What do you do?
I shoot it.
Okay, go ahead and make.
Or I attempt.
Go ahead and make an attack on it.
Uh, 19.
19. You are able to just take a. Anything else on your turn? Sort of a pseudo. Initiative. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
All right. I'm assuming there's nothing I can hide behind right now.
At the current moment, it looks like an open battlefield.
Why did it roll so many d8s?
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay.
Oh no, it added d6s. It added my sneak attack when I don't have it.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. So, how much damage is that then? Just,
Let me just roll an individual d8 real quick.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
6.
6 points of damage. You see just burst, right through its face, and as it splatters, you, find yourself back on the Voidflyer. Damakra.
Yes.
You find yourself on what looks to be a desolate black sand area. And from where you're standing, you can kind of see this large, what looks to be probably a good 200 foot diameter, what looks to be partially broken circle of some kind. it's judging out of the sand, almost a part of the landscape itself, and just off in the middle of this circle, you could almost see just a glimmer of this black, almost energy just kind of radiate from it, just pulsing, almost like a heartbeat. And you can feel yourself being drawn towards it. As
Doing-
go ahead.
Doing like an insight check. Is this dark energy? Is it good energy? Is it something I'm familiar with?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
12.
It is an energy you are definitely not familiar with. Give me a second. You do feel, as you feel kind of just closer to it, you could almost feel almost like all the blood from your body ceases to exist, and you could almost see these ethereal vestiges operating inside, almost reaching out to you, almost like you're being drawn to them. See, one reaches out to you, you almost take its hand before you feel something grab your wrist. You look down, it almost looks like another dragonborn of similar skin to what the lunar dragonborn have, and in Draconic you just hear the word run, and you are back on the Voidflyer as you guys wake up from your long rest. Everybody has the benefit of a long rest. What do you guys do for the day?
I'm gonna do my usual casting of Goodberry. 2 to each of the party members, 2 for me, 2 to Lust.
Okay. Lust will take them. Anything for anyone else to start off the day? Or are you guys ready to start your journey towards this mysterious obelisk? Alright, that's your experimental elixir?
Yeah, that's for my experimental elixir. I'm going to look it up to see exactly what that means.
Okay.
Should probably make sure everything's still in the cargo and nothing's out of place or anything.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
$19.
Nothing's missing. Everything is where it should be.
Good.
Beautiful. Alright. Alright. As you guys start your day, where are you guys headed? You guys are currently her. Let me pull up the red player banner. And boom. You guys are right here. Where are you guys headed?
Going to the obelisk, right? So I say we stay in this territory for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
there's less likely to
absolutely.
be things there that want to eat us.
So as a point of reference, in the system that you gave us the map of earlier with the yellow star and Igni, Mine Orth,
Yeah.
and so on, is that right around where we are, or does that
You
extend
guys-
further out, closer to where we're going?
It extends. You guys would get there probably in 2 days. In that area.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So it's on the way there. For going the path that you guys want to go to try and avoid, you guys stay in this territory as long as possible. You guys will pass through that area.
Okay.
We want to check out any of those places?
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, DM. The Umbrath, that was like black and cloud, like a gas planet. No one really knows what the surface looks like.
It is completely clouded, covered up by black clouds. Yes.
Okay. All the other planets, something of the surface is known.
Yes.
Okay.
The only one that's safe is the one with the minerals, right? All the rest are like lava or hurricanes or something.
Yeah.
Floor is lava. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. As far as the descriptions you got for each of those areas, let's see. Igni is a hot mass of molten lava. Very few solid islands that float amid the scorching surface. Let's see. Mine Orth is massive rock mineral formations. Nator is a vast ocean of a strange liquid substance. Tempest and rain. Underwater secrets. Closbin is a complete gas giant of just 1,000 hurricanes, just constant. Think so, basically Florida. Wow.
Love it.
Argia is where it seems to reflect any light it receives. Some people mistake it for a star. The fifth planet. The sixth planet is a cold, dark, and desolate place. Atmosphere of constant black clouds block any light from entering the planet.
Basically, it's my ex-wife's house.
Yes.
Ooh.
Damn.
I forgot about the
boom.
mirror planet.
Yeah. Where all light seems to be reflecting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Probably at some point during the day, first day of travel, I'd mention telepathically to Chalk that dream that I had. Describe what the place looked like with the black sand and weird energy.
Okay.
And describe that dream to him.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know if it's a sign that we should go there. We should definitely not go there. Wherever there is.
It'd also just be a dream and nothing more.
That's possible.
But if it is a sign, I would say it's probably to stay away, considering the run at the end.
You'd think. Maybe something to keep in mind, though. In case we see something like that place.
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright. Chalk, anything for you on this day?
Don't think so.
Alright. Rez, anything for you?
The only thing I
Oh,
really
yeah.
want to do is something that I, as a player, have not quite prepared yet.
Okay.
Which is the homunculus.
Okay. That's something that me and you will figure out, because I think we have the idea for it. We just need to implement it.
Yeah. Kind of need to figure out what it looks like is kind of the main thing, I think.
Okay. Yep. That's fine. Take your time and think on that, and I'll take some time to see if I can figure out anything on my end. Rez, anything for you?
Just keep prepping for our journey, I guess.
Alright, Demakra, anything for you?
Just the conversation with Chaktha, and maybe any a lesson in giant.
Okay, go ahead and make me a intelligence check.
Giant 101. Yeah, 16.
16, I would call that a success.
Yay!
I will let you know when you have successfully learned giant.
Cool.
At least you're proficient with that language. Okay. Mark, anything for you?
Do I need to roll my 1d6 every day?
I mean, technically, yes. So just do it. So that 2 would be on this one. So is there
For this day.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you want to try to accomplish besides that?
Not that I can really think of.
All right.
Maybe if anything, I'll probably start working on some sketches and stuff like that. Well, does anybody tell me about their dreams? What's going on? Not necessarily the specifics, but just that we keep having these weird dreams.
I probably only would have shared it with Chaktha for now, so I wouldn't have shared it with you yet.
Okay. Well, then I wouldn't be doing much else.
All right. Demakra, go ahead and roll me a d20 for this day of travel.
Heck. 19.
19. Okay. As you are navigating through, it seems to be near the closer end of the day. You actually made pretty decent time, considering, and you actually do make it to the edge of where you can now begin to see this almost bright, glowing yellow star. You're probably another half a day's journey before you reach it, but you can now start to see it from where you are. It is big, bright, glowing yellow star. And you know behind it would be Igni, the first planet, would be the closest to it. So, for those that do not need to sleep, anything that you guys want to try and accomplish on your long rest?
I don't really have anything special.
Okay. Chocolate?
I don't have any.
Okay.
Kind of same here.
Okay.
I can say I'm probably working on the plans for my homunculus.
Okay. You guys get a benefits of another long rest. Mark, go ahead and roll me a d20 for the day. And go ahead and roll me your experimental elixir. as
Sure.
well. Go and get that out of the way.
Yeah. 3.
3, okay.
And a 4 for the elixir.
Okay, and what is that one?
I'm grabbing it right now. I'm going to be updating my macros here, so
Boldness.
that'll
Okay.
hopefully. That's a cool one.
Okay, interesting. All right. I would say, as you begin to round this corner, you can now see the other side of this star at this point, and this almost what looks to be orange and red glowing mass not too far from it. As you could probably guess that would be the planet Igni. That is, it almost looks like at one angle, almost like they're touching. It is a sight to see as you guys are passing by. What would you like to try to accomplish on this day's journey?
I'm kind of thinking, since we don't have a time limit, do we want to explore any of the ones that might be safe?
We could.
Something to consider. We are definitely short on funds as a whole.
Since I put the little seed in everybody's mind that we might not get anything out of this deal except for a big hole in space.
Alright, so we are thinking about taking a visit to one of these planets?
Yep.
Okay. What's the plan then? Where do you guys go?
Well, the next one that we're coming up on is
Somewhat safer.
should be a safe one. So,
Mhm.
I say we could at the very least kind of go down near the surface and fly around a bit, see what it's like.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Okay. You guys are going to enter Mine Orth.
We shall enter the atmosphere
Okay.
and see what we see.
At first glance, it looks to be almost just craters upon craters and craters. There is sites where it looks like there may have been some mining done years ago. You begin to start seeing some similar things to what you have seen Hastefield use. It's very similar to the scavenger that he uses to gather parts, but it looks like one has a giant drill on it to at certain points. Looks like at one point there was a mining effort at some point. Looks like any of those equipment has pretty much become a part of the surface itself, and it looks like the mining sites have been abandoned. Where you guys are entering from.
Okay.
I say we make a note of
But-
this in case we need spare parts for anything.
Yeah. Could this surface, would it be close to mountainous terrain, or is that a stretch?
There are parts of it that are mountainous, so I will give you that.
Okay.
Because I think I know what you're asking.
Yeah, could I get like advantage on a check to see like maybe why this was abandoned, since that's one of my favorite terrains.
I tell you what, if you want to go ahead and do that on this particular location, go for it.
Okay, would that be a survival check?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Efficiency bonus is doubled.
Yeah, it is
That's not
doubled.
advantage. Okay. Hold on a sec. Am I figuring that out? Hold on, math. Yeah. So that would be +7. Okay. Woo. Math. Oh, jeez, Louise. 11.
11? I would say...
Maybe some guidance?
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
Mark?
guidance, fine.
1d4.
Okay, 1d4 guidance, go for it, yeah. I just assume that most of the time, most people spam guidance, so it's one of those things that I just automatically assume, unless said otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, it's
2,
right.
so 13.
13? That's a little better. It looks like either... Because it's one of two things that can cause some of the damage that is at this particular site. It's either a shift in the in the planet itself, in the tectonic plates that use to form new areas of the Earth, or somebody hit something they weren't supposed to when they were drilling.
They delved too greedily and too deep.
Yeah.
And and that's the side effect. It's kind of hard though to tell which, but you know it's one of those two things.
Okay, yeah, we're up in the air, so you know.
Yeah, that's why.
I'll share those.
That's why with a 13, it's like you can probably tell with one of these two things, but yeah.
You know, when you roll a 4,
monster.
there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, not a giant monster.
Well,
So that's good, at least.
There was
maybe.
a shift in the
It's a
tectonic plates. That could be caused by anything.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's just geology.
Yeah.
I'll
We're
share
a really
those
big, we're a
postulations.
really big monster.
Okay, you had to squash my hopes like that.
A big giant space
Could
worm.
just be
Big giant
science.
space worm.
Purple worms on speed. Ooh.
Just gives them freaking psychic resistance and a freaking like screech breath weapon. There we go.
Oh God.
I'm kidding.
Ew.
And ice stalks. 4 of them. No, I'm kidding. But that is currently what you see. As far as what this planet has to offer.
Any
No.
ideas to
Art.
what they were mining? Maybe we should, since it doesn't seem too dangerous, could we fly a bit closer, slow down?
Yeah, sure. If you want to get how close to the ground do you want to get?
Do you want to hover or do you want to land?
Let's just hover, just in case another thing happens.
Okay. 30 feet off the ground?
Sure.
I'll come down and hover 30 feet off the ground.
It looks like
No,
Maybe close to one of those bits of machinery.
okay.
yeah.
50 feet away from one of those, maybe.
Alright, go ahead and make another survival check.
Do I get my
Yes,
bonus?
you still get your bonus.
Well, I get guidance?
Yeah.
Woo! Take what I can get. Oh, jeez! Okay, 14.
14.
Better than last time.
Yeah, it is better.
Improved by one.
At least in this current area, it is some sort of like chalky rock. Like and you can really tell because of the residue that's on the drill. At least in this particular area. It has a sort of kind of like white and gray like speckles, like kind of right where the drill was about to hit. Kind of doesn't look important, but you're not a geologist. You know enough, but this is probably one that you're not familiar with. Could be from from a world that you don't know.
That's the machine. I mean, with the type of chalky rock.
The chalky rock.
Okay. It's kind of chalky, but it doesn't quite look like limestone or anything like that. I don't know.
Alright, well, I don't think there's much else to see here.
Alright. Are you happy with what you guys found so far? And headed where?
That mirror planet sounds interesting. I want to know what's up with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
You are going to go towards the one where the light seems to
Regea.
reflect. Okay. Give me a second. Alright, you guys begin to enter the atmosphere of planet number 5, known as Argea. As you begin to make your way down towards this area, it is strange. You can kind of almost feel slightly invigorated as you enter the atmosphere. And as you begin to get closer to the surface, you can almost see what looks to be a perfect reflection of your spelljamming ship. No cracks or anything in the picture. It is almost an exact replica. It is pretty bright when you look at the reflection itself, but it is almost a perfect likeness.
So, like, it's a smooth surface that reflects our ship?
Yep. Almost perfectly.
Is there anything on the horizons? Like, anything that sticks up?
From where you currently at, it seems to be just a singular, what looks to be like glass, like pillar that reflects just the surface of this planet around it. So it's just a reflection of the reflective surface and of your ship as well. Just everything is reflecting and almost everything's a little brighter here.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't an absence of light here. There aren't, but with all the light, there is no shadow here. You'll notice that.
I'll be honest, I kind of want to drop something like a rock off the ship onto the surface and see what happens.
I was thinking something similar.
Yeah. Do we have some kind of junk that we could just put in the ballista and throw and fire it out?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you guys got some of the rations that the people that don't need to eat. You could just drop and see what happens.
An empty ration can.
Yeah.
Well, we could
Let's
throw
not just
some
do
of
it.
Abadoush's food out if you really want to.
Well, how about just a can? An
Sure.
empty one. It's not
Sure.
whatnot.
Yeah, fair enough. I can see what I have rummaging through the trash. Hey, check it out. I found, Abadoush's Acme Spam can here. Toss that out.
Okay, so you're
Oh,
just
yeah, that
gonna
has no nutritional value at all. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
so you're just gonna drop one of those cans out and
With his-
see what happens.
With his ugly, with his ugly mug.
Printed, yeah.
Which I
put it on
kinda
there.
like. Well, which I kind of like purposely try to horribly scroll, and I gave him like a little picture of a penis on his forehead, and a little dinky mustache,
You drop some of the Abador's provided food
Yeah,
to the surface of this planet.
yeah.
You see the can kind of just hits the surface. The can is reflected. Kind of sits there. After a minute passes, you watch as the can almost like it explodes on a miniature level and just evaporates.
Okay.
I think it's a good thing we didn't land.
Yeah.
Huh.
I wonder if we can try to do like a plane of like the reflection and light. Like if we, I don't know, did some like fly inverted, maybe even backwards or something like that. Kind of like,
Is everything
fake.
tied down?
Well, you know what I mean. So we can see about would that actually work and like fake somebody out if we're trying to do like a getaway move. It could probably mess somebody up.
You mean like using the reflections on the planet?
Yeah, leveraging the reflections on the planet, we could fly a specific way, and it could confuse them on what they're seeing.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
I was just thinking in general. I mean, that could be kind of an interesting tactic if we're like around this planet, and we could do something like that.
True. Yeah, I'll check with the crew, make sure everything's tied down, give a kind of ooga, and a barrel roll.
Okay, and you watch. It does take a minute to reflect, but it does reflect almost perfectly.
So there's
Nice.
a delay.
There is a delay when you did that.
Oh. That's interesting.
It was
That's
like
very interesting.
it was like 3 seconds, but there was a delay, just probably long enough to probably make some sort of maneuver.
Yeah, probably the planet itself was like, what the hell are these people doing?
Yeah, but it had to receive the light to come up with the image back.
Okay.
We will name this maneuver the Crazy Democra. How's that?
I like it.
Instead of like the Crazy Ivan, we'll call it the Crazy Democra.
Can I just do flying right side up, just a little bit of serpentine, and see if that also has a delay?
It does seem. It does seem to any immediate movement seems to have a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So it's not perfect, but
I'm not sure what to do with this.
Well,
it's just interesting. I mean,
yeah.
we have some rope, right?
Yeah, we got plenty of rope.
How about we just drag the rope where it's just like skimming off the surface of the planet? And if we move fast enough, kind of see how that reacts.
Ooh. Could we tie something to the end of it and see if dragging it along makes it explode? If it's just sitting still that makes it explode?
And the other question is, what is actually exploding? Our item or the image of the item exploding? Or both?
So maybe make a mark on the rope somehow, like with a marker or whatever we have that's equivalent, and then just above where the knot is, tying another can of Abador spam onto it.
Yeah.
Then see if that like foot of rope also disappears or just the item.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that.
Science experience.
okay. So explain to me how you're
Someone
doing
write
this.
this down.
So you guys are currently flying at the current moment as you're doing this.
Yes.
Yes.
As you are flying doing this, you guys are dragging this can of spam for like 5 minutes and nothing has happened.
Okay. What's the delay on the can that just sat there before it went boom?
It was a minute.
Poof. A
Wow.
minute. Okay. So it's sitting still. It's bad. Okay. Oh. We'll
Makes
pull it
me-
back up and...
Wonder something that we're not going to try, which is, what if we stay in the air and stay still? Does it have to be touching the ground to explode while staying still?
Ooh. Yeah.
So are you just gonna hover now?
No, we're not trying
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
All right. It's like,
Nope.
like no, that's not what we're doing.
Wait a minute. Nope. While I'm at it, I got a portable hole in my arm that we can toss this little device into and see what happens.
No.
No? No, not today. We're
Not
done
today.
sciencing for the night.
Good side save for the day. Try to...
Yeah.
I don't have anything that really... Don't have a way to make something hover in one spot. We're sure as heck not trying it with the ship. I'd say this is like a plan C. No, there's
Yeah.
some dangers here, but you know, if we had to for somebody to be here, you know, maybe.
All right. As you guys are flying across the planet of Argia, is there anything else you want to accomplish here?
Maybe get closer to that pillar that we saw. That's an interesting landmark.
Okay.
I'll kind of serpentine my way towards that.
Okay. It almost, as you get closer, it seems to almost grow in size. It now is almost at almost like a peak of like 200 feet. As you begin to approach.
Okay. Does it also seem reflective?
It is. And you can now notice
Okay.
a faint radiant aura coming from it.
Okay. As soon as I start noticing this, I am not going to fly straight at it. I am going to kind of angle so that our reflection coming toward it is not in one spot. Our reflection's moving around this thing.
Okay.
That make sense?
Kind of.
We don't want our reflection standing still.
Oh, exactly.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen. It seems to...
Okay, good.
Nothing adverse seems to happen.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah?
So it's basically the same stuff that's on the ground, just as a pillar.
Yeah. But this seems to have almost a central radiating point. It seems like.
At the very top of it?
Yeah, it's almost at the
the
very
middle?
tip. The very tip.
Oh. Okay.
So we check it out. Why not?
You said as we got closer to the planet initially that we felt kind of invigorated.
Mm-hmm.
Does my height from the surface, like if I adjusted, 100 feet or so, not getting within 100 feet of the surface,
Uh-huh.
does that affect our level of invigoration?
It does not. It is once you enter the atmosphere.
Okay.
And you are going
I'll keep-
closer to the tip of this crystal pillar.
Yes. Using that same kind of starting to circle motion so that we're not in one spot reflectively.
As you approach at the very tip, you're taken back by what you see. Almost on a platform. Very similar to the dream that you had of where you were on a black sanded planet. You see a very similar structure, but the inside of it a faint yellow glowing aura. Almost looks like a portal.
Telepathically, I'll share that with Aktha. It's like the opposite of what I saw in the dream.
Well, I don't think we want to go through the portal, because we don't know what's on the other side.
No.
Or if we could come back.
Agree. Yeah. Note that it's there.
Yep.
That's where it would be really cool if we had like a quasi creature we could maybe send it through and back again.
Yeah.
Like a homunculi or something.
I think the best we could do is like put something on the end of the rope and put it down and then bring it back to see if it's like covered in slime or burned or something. But
Do we want to do that?
Kind of mixed on that thought. I mean, it would be kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
just hope something doesn't grab onto it and come back with it.
well, maybe someone stands at the back with a knife ready to cut the rope.
Yeah.
Okay, so still not it's still not hovering, constantly moving, even if it's just at kind of a slow speed. I want to try to aim this kite
Yeah.
so that it's kind of close to the center and see if it goes through.
Okay, and you're gonna like toss it into the portal? Okay, it goes through the portal.
I'll just kind of circle as close as I can for a few seconds and then go back up and see if the can comes with.
10 feet of rope and the can are burnt to a crisp and turn into ash as you release it from the portal.
I fly up another 50 feet.
Yeah.
And I suggest we don't land here and just kind of leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're done here.
Yeah. Somebody write that down, because this is science. And I will
Could be
leave
something
the
our
atmosphere.
Inquisitor friend would like to know. Who knows?
Yeah. Huh?
Okay, you guys are leaving the atmosphere of the 5th planet?
I don't like the way you said that. But yes.
Okay. You guys leave the atmosphere. Where are you guys headed from here?
Do we want to check out the planet that we can't see the surface of, or thinking that's too risky?
Well, I imagine we're gonna find basically the opposite of what we found here. We can look. As we're once we're out of the atmosphere, I will go ahead and share that dream with at least the rest of the party, if not the rest of the crew. And the similarities in opposite that we just saw on this planet, the reflective one. Seems like they're opposites in some way. If what's on whatever that planet is. If what's on Umbrath is what I saw in the dream.
Do we want to check it out, or?
Me, the player? Yes. Me, Demakra? 50-50.
Alright, what say you, Troktha?
Do we know if anyone has tried exploring it yet, or if they just haven't tried?
Are there any notes?
There are no notes. It says that no one knows what the surface of it looks like.
Okay. Could always enter the atmosphere and see what we see. Or feel.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should come back once we have something that can help us. A magic
Sounds good to
device or
me.
something.
Alright, so, not going, to Umbrath?
Nope.
Correct.
Nope.
Alright. I gotta do something here on my side real quick. As you guys leave the atmosphere of Argia, Demarco, you speak deep speech, correct?
Give me a second. I was writing notes. Yes, I do.
Almost instinctively, as you can almost hear this. If this reaches anyone, please translate your coordinates to this location, and a set of coordinates are given to you. If you are looking for rest, you will find it here. And that was in deep speech, and you are able to triangulate the coordinates.
Okay.
And the coordinates seem to rest right there.
If I recall correctly, deep speech was what our tentacly friends spoke, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Only Chakra hears it.
Democra.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that.
That's what I meant.
That's all good. I'm
Yeah.
going to share it with you as captain. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, I just got a weird message. Was that in my head? Like, in my head? Was that a ship communication?
It
A
almost
spelljammer?
it almost sounded like a ship.
Okay.
The bat ship wasn't here, was it? That was outside of.
Outside.
Yeah.
You guys have 5 days
what I was
before.
thinking.
You guys have 5 days before you get to where he likes to fly. They like to fly.
Normally, I wouldn't trust things like this, but if things do go bad, we just think of
Your good friend Abador, and maybe
yeah,
everything will be okay.
yeah, and he'll just show up, and since we have the contract with him, maybe he will help us out because he wants the thing that we're
possible.
trying to get.
This is in his territory.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I cautiously fly in that general direction?
Yeah.
That's what I'll do then.
As you
Anyone who's not busy should keep a lookout around us just in case
okay.
anything's just picking up on us.
Alright, everyone is going to go ahead and keep themselves ready. As you guys approach those coordinates, you suddenly feel as if you no longer have control of your ship. But it's not like you're being yanked. But you almost feel like the ship's being drifted to somewhere. And it goes for another 30 feet before you seem to almost regain control. And suddenly you look around you. You're not in Dreadspace anymore. What looks to be out before you is a empty space, with the only thing that seems to be in view looks to be a floating mass of asteroid. Sitting on top of it, a keep.
Serious note taking. Hey, Lust. Does this look familiar at all? Jogging any memories?
She's confused, but nothing seems to be jogging her memory at all.
Okay. I don't think we're in Texas anymore.
Well, nothing's bad happens yet, so keep going.
Forward.
I guess.
Okay. Where would we go?
Okay. You are heading towards the keep.
Towards the keep. Yes.
Alright. As you
At least towards the asteroid it's on.
At least the asteroid it's on.
Yes.
Give me a brief moment here, as I will put you on a new map.
Ah.
You guys come over to this area where it almost looks like a stone platform has been made and built, almost like a landing pad. It seems. You shouldn't be able to see some of that, but some of it probably already butchered. So just pretend like you didn't see anything.
The whole map supposed to be revealed?
No, it is supposed to be, but if it's not, then that's good.
I can see the whole map.
Oh, you can see the whole map. Okay.
Yeah,
well.
same.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's not supposed to be, but
I see nothing.
we'll pretend like you see nothing. That was me not making sure that fucking war was on. Sometimes these maps have them automatically, and sometimes they don't. So, alright. Currently, right now, you just see this landing pad and this staircase that goes up to this door, it seems to be. Above the door itself is almost looks like a black mantle, and with looks like written in common, Craven's Keep, and right in the middle of the two words looks like a raven.
I'll land so long as I don't see anything threatening.
As you land, you watch as the door opens up, and what you see before you, coming out the door, looks to be a goblinoid creature. Looks like they're missing an ear on their left side, and you see they come down the steps, and they seem to hail you. Welcome, adventurers, to Raven's Keep. I've not been expecting adventurers for a very long time, so if there's a little dust, I apologize. Squilly's the name. I am the humble caretaker. Well, Lady Lust, it's been such a long time since I've seen you. And you see, as soon as he sees Lust come out of the ship, almost like a lost puppy, like, oh, it's been so long. And he goes to go hug her leg, and she's like, go away, you creature. I don't even know you. Like, oh, Lady Lust, we spent many a time here. Me, you, and Lord Craven. And she kind of pauses at the name. I'm sorry? Oh. Squilly understands. Old age. Friends of Lust, yes? And he looks to the rest of you.
Yes.
Yes,
Alright.
definitely.
Welcome to Craven's Keep. I give you tour?
Sure.
Give tour. Alright. Follow me. And you see he goes ahead and begins walking up the steps.
I'll follow.
You can definitely
Sure,
tell.
I'll follow.
You can definitely tell that this entryway has seen better days. Squilly has no idea how to fix stonework, but this rug comes. Well, Squilly doesn't know where it come from either. Lord Craven bought it many years ago. To the left and right, 2 rooms that Squilly can dust off and make if you need beds to sleep. If we continue on, and you come down this walkway into what looks like a pretty decent sized courtyard, kind of like opens up above you. You just see this endless this endless expanse. This courtyard for, well, courtyard things. Fountain depicted after someone from Master Craven's life before lust. Think it was wife? I cannot remember. Squilly wasn't paying attention that day. Down that hall is a chapel for those that are religious. There's a records of some of the deities from some of Lord Craven's journeys. There is more dorm rooms here. We have kitchen here. That is where Skilly goes and cooks and prepares all of Squilly's meals. When there are more people, Squilly cook for everyone, but with just Squilly here, we have a reading room and extensive library that Lord Craven uses. To this side here, we have Lord Craven's guest room. Then, next to down this hall, we have the alchemy room. You take those stairs up to the top with Lord Craven's room. This hall, it's your basic dining hall where everyone will eat. Storage area. This is Craven's room. Unfortunately, stairs and library that lead up to armory. You could climb stairs, but the door is passphrase locked. Only Lord Craven knows the passphrase to get in. But welcome to Craven's Keep, formerly known as Raven's Rest.
And if I may ask, where is this Lord Craven?
Lord Craven murdered. Like street rat. Lust remembers. And he looks over to her and you can see like she's like confused. Lady Lust does not remember. Lord Craven and Lust were tracking down pirate. Lord Craven could not get help in time. Left memories to Lady Lust. Left this to keep doing whatever work it is that you all did. Squilly bad at reading room, but Squilly thinks that you all need time to process.
Yeah, that might be something.
Alright.
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 Questions later.
Alright, I will get rooms ready.
Much appreciated.
You see this
You're
little
very kind.
goblinoid creature just kind of jumps us off. Oh, Squilly is service of Lord Craven. Lord Craven save Squilly. Squilly serve Lord Craven.
Well, that's a good deal.
And he is no longer with you. He looks like he's gone to like the storage room and is starting to collect sheets and getting some rooms prepared for all of you.
What the ever-loving supernova?
Well, I will say it was a bit easier to find than I thought.
Yeah. Is Lust doing okay?
She does not know. She's going through a lot. Being told that he's dead. 2, how he died. And 3, realizing that any memory of him, all she has left is basically his memories that he left her. And even some of those are gone. And she is silently processing. Giving you time to explore the area as need be. Is there anywhere anybody wants to go and take a look while Squilly's getting your rooms ready?
I'm going to the library.
All
I was
right.
going to say, that's where I was kind of thinking.
Uh-huh.
All right. It's actually a pretty, not a bad library. You see, he's looks like Squilly has went ahead and set up kind of like a set of like a ladder on wheels to help him like reach the places that he can't reach to put the books back up. You can see some of the books have been collecting dust, and you can see the stairs that would go up to the armory, to the very top of his tower. But for the most part, this 30-foot diameter, this 30-foot high library is full of books. What are you looking to find?
Probably, I guess, anything in regards to what was it? You said Raven? This was named after before.
Raven's Rest.
Raven's Rest?
Yeah, Raven's Rest. I'm kind of curious who this Raven was that Craven took over. And then, of course, part of what our current mission is. Anything I can find out about Alkoth, what's his name, Abadouche.
Okay.
And then if there's any reference to like a possible artifact. And then after that, if there's still time, I'm going to probably look into anything referencing Warforged.
All right.
But I'm more concerned right now with the mission at hand.
Okay. So what are you currently looking for right now?
Right now I'm going to be looking for probably about the mission at hand.
Okay.
So anything dealing with Akoth, this weapon, and obelisk, and any reference of that.
Okay. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Here. Investigation.
Yep.
Oh, I did that with advantage by accident. So the first one would be a total of 9.
9?
Yeah.
You...
9.
There is a lot of different books, and you just kind of get lost. And I mean, everything from history of the history of Faerun to some early journals of the First and Second Unhuman War, I mean, there's
Wait a minute, unhuman war, as in like the one that I might supposedly have been a part of? Or?
yes, there are some histories and autobiographies on the first, and there are very little on the second. He has more on the first Unhuman. The second one, you see, like he's got it all like categorized.
Yeah,
But looks like there's not as many. But he does have a couple.
gotcha. I'll definitely want to peruse through that if there's nothing else I can find.
Okay. You definitely find some books on that, and it basically just talks about the war itself, the conflict between the elves and the Scrow that spreaded over several different parts of the prime material plane. It is also known as the War of Revenge. From at least what was considered the Elven Imperial Fleet as the sole major power in all known areas of the prime material plane. Despite any good intentions, many of the spacefaring nations viewed elves as overbearing and didn't want to pertain to their laws anymore. And so that kind of conflict grew, where the Scrows decided that, it was time for some change, and that's when the primary goal of the Scrow at that time was destroy any elven ship and colony on the material plane. And that's how the Second War started.
Where did the Warforged come in, though?
Warforged come in later, where a elven smith created the very first series of Warforged. Primarily, most of them were used to fight instead of using their own soldiers to fight. They would use these Warforged as their soldiers instead.
Interesting.
Anything? What are you trying to find? Demakra?
I think what I'm trying to do, I'm not trying to delve deeply into information yet. I just want to skim around and see if I can find if there would be information on the planet Argea, because I realized that's a planet that the Lunar Dragonborn made the pilgrimage to, that the Illithid informant told me about. I didn't realize that till just now.
Yeah.
So, information on that planet, information on the Lunar Dragonborn, and if there was any records of what pirates Lord Craven was after. So basically, I'm just kind of skimming to see how much time would I need to spend to research these topics. What I'm trying to find out right this second.
It would take a considerable amount of time.
Okay.
Especially the pirates that he was currently after.
Huh?
Okay. You do, however, find what looks to be more of like a research journal. It's his theories and writings about the planet itself.
Okay.
Based in very short, simple terms, he writes this about the planet itself. It is power incarnate. It is radiance beyond compare. It is life realized to the fullest. He believes that this planet harbors that portal to the plane of positive energy. He says it is possible, theoretically, to take something to this plane and give it life once more.
Okay.
That is what he has written down about that planet.
Okay.
As what he theorizes it is capable and what its purpose is. Chocolate, anything for you?
I'd like to take a look outside at our surroundings.
It is very much just an openless, almost like bluish purple void. Beyond it, though, you can kind of see about 150 feet out. It almost looks like you could see Dreadspace. But like, almost like a faint fog. Rez, anything for you?
I don't think, unless there's anything shiny for Rez to take while no one's looking. I don't think he's really
there's
doing
like
anything.
there's like pretty nice like silverware and stuff that can probably give you at least like 5 gold for like a full set.
He slaps his hand down on the silverware and just slurps it into himself.
Okay, beautiful. As you do that, Squilly returns, having got the rooms prepared. Alright, Squilly have rooms prepared for friends of lust. Squilly will answer any question Squilly is capable of answering. If Squilly does not know, there was a message Lord Craven left. He said you would know how to activate it. It's in his alchemical lab. Looks over at Lust. She looks to the rest of you. Well, I guess ask what questions we have now, and we'll figure it out from then. Any questions for the goblinoid named Squilly? That is his full name.
I've got a question for Squilly.
Yeah.
I'll kind of glance apologetically at Lust. You happen to know the name of the pirate that killed Lord Craven? Who he was hunting before he died?
She is known as the Scourge of the Bone Reef. Valga the Heartless.
What's the name for Viraga the Heartless?
Volga. Valga. Also known as the Scourge of the Bone Reef. No questions for Squilly? Squilly, happy to hear it. Let's go ahead and begin taking you all to where the alchemy lab is at, and it is pretty much the space that you see over here labeled K. I will go ahead now and introduce you all to the least what I could find as far as what tells you what each space is. I found this keep and I'm like, oh, this really fits what I want instead of me making one. Thank you, Reclusive Cartographer, for making this. This is actually really cool. So it is basically looks like a pretty old style alchemy lab. Looks like a basin here, kind of in the middle, to kind of like practice everything, and it has a wall of force ready to keep any admissed reactions contained inside. Lust does take some time, and she finds a sigil, and she presses it, and a apparition appears inside this little basin. Looks very much like the visage of the man that you all saw from Lust's vision, the man that was reaching out to the oozy purple hand. If you are listening in, then welcome to Craven's Keep. You are standing in what is known and what is left of what was a homestead to a group known as the Keepers of the Feather. In my travels and my dealings with them, I learned that they were a group that did their best to navigate these places beyond our prime material plane, these domains of dread. And they worked and tried everything they could to try and free some of these places. When I arrived here, the current caretaker, Brahm, was aging and unfortunately could not divulge many of the secrets that lay beneath at the time. But in his place, I sought to keep this place in his absence, rename it and refurnish it as a place for other spacefarers like myself and Lust that just need a place beyond dread. While you are here, you are safe from the prying eyes of those that would do you harm out in Dreadspace. The portal outside the landing pad can be used if you are capable of finding any of these, what we are calling them, talismans or keys to the other domains. You can use that stone pedestal outside as a way of making a portal directly to that domain, should you find the talisman needed. I have written down the necessary preparations for needing to create such a portal and spell. Hopefully, this place can provide you some solace. Lust, if you are listening, know that there was a time where I despised everything about you. I did blame you for the death of my wife and family. But as we spent time together, I soon realized that had it not been for you, I would have never got to experience things that I've been able to experience, as well as see my family again. I hope, Lust, that you find solace yourself and an identity for yourself. Be safe. And you see the transmission ends. And Les kind of just sits there in silence. I'm gonna go back to my ship. And let me know if you need anything. She quietly saunters off, back towards her ship. As I think that's a great place for us to end our session for the evening. Goodbye, my friends. We hope you enjoyed the show. I wish we could continue, but it's time for us to go. Next time at the Bardic Cauldron.